trimmed with black, the red numerals and the red letters. Pittsburgh will jump it up with Latia Howard, and Susan Blosser jumps for Rutgers. The tap controlled by the Scarlet Knights, and they'll move left to right on your screen. Kristen Samoji across the midcourt line as Rutgers looks to set it up. In the corner, Latanya Lillard. She's been a spark plug over the last several games, starting 4 consecutive contests. Blosser to Lillard. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Clemente, turnaround jumper, no. Too hard. Ball is knocked around in the paint and pulled out by Melissa Thompson.
Excuse me, good to see Clemente just taking her shot. In the past, we've seen her pass off when she gets the ball inside the paint. So good opening, even though she did miss the try.
Kelly Seneca goes inside Thompson. They try to go back door, but the ball is knocked loose and picked up by Rutgers. Samoji will push it across the midcourt line. 1 minute gone by, no score in this Big East battle. Lillard to Samoji, top of the key, Gilmore. Blosser on the left wing, goes cross-court Samoji. Samoji, one dribble, bounce pass into Clemente, but off of her leg, and a Rutgers turnover will give it back to the Panthers. A look at the series history between these two teams. Rutgers leads 8-1. Rutgers swept the Panthers last year. Both wins by less than 10 points for the Scarlet Knights.
And here we see Rutgers in their full court pressure, just trying to take time off the clock. Been very effective in the last 3 contests.
Turnaround jumper by Howard doesn't go. Blosser the rebound, and Samoji sets it up. A minute and a half has been played, and no one has scored yet. Bounce pass in the corner to Lillard. Samoji looks to set it up. Gilmore, short jumper off the back rim, rebound pulled down by Howard. She's averaging nearly 7.5 rebounds per game.
Yes, and Howard has been a force for the Pittsburgh team all season, so she's just slowly getting into her offensive set as we watch them move the ball around.
Melissa Thompson on the left wing goes into Howard, one dribble, double team. Blosser goes in and ties up Howard. Good defensive play.
That's a great play already early in the contest because you shouldn't be putting the ball down on the ground. One dribbling up, and Blosser's making her presence known early. It's playing with a little bit more confidence, we noticed, too.
Pittsburgh will inbound underneath their own basket. A delay, not quite sure why, but the officials now whistle play back in. Katkowski, nice move, and lays it in. Michelle Katkowski, quite an offensive player in high school. She averaged 35 points a game her senior year.
And she's known for playing a wide open style. Pretty much they let her do anything she wants to do. As we see the drive by Lillard.
Lillard hammered.
And the offensive foul, too, by Lillard.
Good position by Melissa Thompson.
And we see as Rutgers calls for a 20-second timeout, so Stringer wanting to talk a few things over. 2.5 minutes into the contest and not enough offense. No offense to the foul. Looked like they were just discussing it, but live action is back in.
And June Cordier, the other official. Thompson lays it in, a really nice bounce pass executed by Katkowski.
And we have one substitution into the game. We almost didn't pick up the fact that Tamara Young is back in the contest.
Rutgers looking for offense. Gilmore puts it up, no. And a rebound, Thompson. And the foul on Rutgers in the backcourt. Pittsburgh is destroying Rutgers on the boards right now.
One of those freshman mistakes by Yusha Gilmore. The rebound was well insecure of the Pittsburgh player, Missy Thompson, having pulled down the rebound, but Gilmore trying to go in and get a hand on it. But she picks up the foul, action back in.
Stolen by Gilmore. She lays it up and draws the foul.
Unable to convert. Gilmore is so quick. I can see why Coach Stringer has her to lead the top of that 1-2-2 press, the full court pressure. Really effective on the top of that press. Hands on the ball, hands up. Her quickness, quite effective. She's been rewarded with a steal, and now she'll go to the line to try and attempt these 2 free throws.
Yusha Gilmore, a 63% free throw shooter. She's been outstanding over the last 4 games for Rutgers. Free throw good as she gets the roll. She has averaged 12 points per game over the last 4 games.
I think overall as a team, Rutgers is beginning to understand the style of Coach Stringer. It's been like pulling teeth, I believe, the first 15 games of the season, but these last 3 or 4, the team is coming together and understanding the style of a Division I program.
Ball's almost stolen by Young, and then she crashes into the Pittsburgh bench. And getting out of the way quickly, Gina Montesano. Now, Montesano, the starting guard for Pittsburgh, was injured on January 6th. Hamstring injury against Miami. They really miss her, averaging double figures in points and just a terrific overall player.
Yes, and they have not recovered from her loss. They haven't won a game since January 6th. She was averaging well into the 24, 25 points a game the last 4 contests prior to her injury. So she is really missed by this Pittsburgh team.
Seneca goes outside Thompson. Thompson dribbles in, 10 on the shot clock. Long jumper for 3. They may just say a 2-point shot.
They gave it 2. She had a big toe on the line, but still a fine shot.
Alicia Balich with the basket.
And Pittsburgh falls back into a matchup 2-3 zone.
Panthers are up by 4, 6-2. Blouser, nice move. Soft touch is good. And the foul.
Like you say, Lou, nice move to the hoop. Susan Blouser.
Blouser will go to the line. That was a good offensive play. Blouser really been playing good basketball over the last month or so. Been going to the basket more, always plays tough.
And here we see Susan Blouse with the ball inside and the tick on the arm, but she follows through, going strong to the hoop. Foul on the forward, Howard. Susan Blouse able to complete the basket. She'll go to the line for one more shot. The officials just verifying who the foul was on.
The Pitt first goal was on number 21, Latia Howard, her first.
We had it called correctly. We had it right.
Latia Howard on the foul.
Susan Blosser shoots 1.
Susan Blosser will shoot 1, try to complete a 3-point play. Her free throw is good as she gets the roll. 6-5, Pitt on top by 1.
And once again, we see that full court pressure defense and Katkowski handling the ball on the outside, looking to push the ball up court, does Pittsburgh.
Traveling is the call, so turnover on the Panthers.
And Pittsburgh averaging well into 35 turnovers a game, really frustrating for the coach, Coach Kirk Bruce, an alumnus of University of Pittsburgh.
There's a good look at Coach Bruce. Lillard with the basketball, gives it back to Tamara Young. Off the bench, she's been terrific. Double figures in 9 straight games for Rutgers. Clemente faces the basket, but that one is knocked away. And quickly, the Panthers come up court. Jump shot, no, but then hammered outside is Kelly Seneca.
And we have to make sure that's not a 3-shot foul. Just making sure she's not outside a 3-point circle. Looks like it'll still be 2, though.
Clemente goes out, Kylie Martin comes in, but first we have a timeout. Breaking the action, 15:50 remaining first half. Pittsburgh 6 and Rutgers 5.
Staff on the sideline.
Pittsburgh inbounds. Panthers do get it in. Kylie Martin, good defense against Latia Howard. Now Katkowski gets it back outside, and Pittsburgh will set it up. Katkowski, right wing. Seneca, top of the key jumper, no. Gilmore, tough rebound. Foul is on Pitt.
That's a great rebound by Gilmore there. If she could just hold on to it for the outlet pass, but lucky enough the foul call as it will return to Rutgers basketball. More substitutions for Pitt.
Panthers make some wholesale changes, and Rutgers will bring the ball up.
And here we have Pitt in a version of their own full court pressure as well.
Yusha Gilmore brings it up the left sideline. Here's Tamara Young at the top of the key. Gilmore, Blosser open off the pick, jumper in and out. Rebound knocked out, last touched by Rutgers, so Pittsburgh will throw it in.
LaTanya Lillard on the backboard that time, unable to control underneath. Rutgers back into their full court pressure defense.
Rutgers right now 1 of 6 from the field. That's not the way you'll want to start the game. Jump shot is good by Alicia Balich. It is 8-5, Panthers with a 3-point lead.
And here we have the Rutgers crowd getting into the contest and sort of stirring their team on probably wanting more offense naturally out of them.
Tamara Young, bounce pass goes to Lillard, launches a three, in and out. Basket has a lid on it right now for Rutgers. And the foul will be on Lillard.
And smart play in there by Latia Howard, the junior center, as she felt the pressure on her back and just held up her dribble, forcing the foul by Lillard.
That's LaTanya Lillard's second and the fourth team foul on Rutgers. Kristen Samoji comes into the game.
And Coach Stringer having to reaffirm her backcourt with Young and Samoji. Still on a three-quarter pressure defense, still wanting that defensive pressure on Pitt.
Balich gives to Guzman. JoJo Guzman, 5'5" junior out of Queens.
Out of Christ the King, out of Queens, New York. Perennial power in girls basketball.
Great program. Pass goes inside, knocked out, and last touch by Rutgers, so Pittsburgh will inbounds. That pass was intended for Nicoria Morris, a 6'7" freshman out of Cincinnati. Ball is Gilmore on top of two Pittsburgh players.
And Gilmore, again, with those quick hands, she's right in the mix.
It'll be Rutgers ball. 8-5 Pitt leads with 13:59 remaining in a lackluster first half so far.
It's coming along slowly. Both teams feeling them out. Sort of a defensive battle. That always sounds nice.
Tamara Young, nice move, lays it in.
Looking for the foul, but it was not there as the Pitt Panthers thought they were going to pick up the foul, Nikia Morris, but that was a flop, and officials picked it up. Action the other way, back for Rutgers.
Steal for the Scarlet Knights. Samoji to Young. Young dribbles in, floats it up short, gets her own rebound, keeps the ball alive. The quickness of Young. Gives to Samoji, and she'll look to set it up. Young, top of the key. Goes to Martin. Samoji open for three. No, off the rim. Rebound knocked around. Morris the rebound, and Guzman will bring it across. Balich. Guzman, top of the key. 1 point game.
Guzman more of a controlled player for Pitt, able to control the offense out there. We spoke about that at the top of our broadcast, controlling the tempo.
Three-pointer put up, no, off the back rim by Seneca, and Rutgers on the run, but a double dribble is the call.
And Gilmore has to smile. She didn't think the official Bob Trammell would pick her up on the outside, trying to contain control of it. More substitutions for Pitt, as Coach Kirk Bruce also trying to find a combination to keep his team sustained. He sees a glimpse of offense, 8 points in 8 minutes of action. But he's always looking for offense there, having a hard time generating offense versus the turnovers is Pitt.
Guzman goes top of the key, Balich. 10 on the shot clock. Gilmore, tough defense. Guzman behind the back dribble. A nice pass inside. Hey, that was a nice move by Guzman.
Very nice. Very nice. Guzman behind the back and then hands it off to the big girl, Nikia Morris, able to finish it off.
10-7. Pittsburgh by 3. Kylie Martin in the corner. Now Young. Samoji top of the key. 8 minutes gone by first half. Inside Martin. Back outside Samoji. Dribbles in. Bounce pass back to Martin. Puts it up too strong off the rim. Ball loose. And Rutgers might have gotten a break there. They'll get the ball back.
Rutgers really trying hard to establish their inside game. We've seen them go inside to Rouser, to Gilmore, to Martin, but unable to convert as we see the next timeout.
Timeout on the floor. To be down by 3.
And I'm only able to say that they're feeling out the defense for so long. Now we need some offense generated.
They're very much in the game. Pittsburgh by 3 points. 10-7. Here's Samoji. Looks to set it up. Kristen with a left-hand dribble.
Very slow pace as Samoji is just left and right with the basketball looking for the offensive opening.
Young, nice move, floats it up, no, gets her own rebound, double pump fake, puts it up, no, gets her third rebound, puts it up and in.
Oh, did she work hard for that one? Coach Kirk Bruce was off his feet. He thought she traveled. It was a great head fake to get the big girls of Pitt off the ground, and she worked hard for that basket, we'll say that. 3
shots at the bucket for Tamara Young. She really worked hard on that one. 10-9, Pittsburgh by 1. Seneca into Morris, lost it, gets it back. Foul on Rutgers.
And that's a tough foul down to 6 seconds on the shot clock. They were pretty close to having a turnover versus the shot clock, but instead we'll have a personal foul, and they get a fresh 30 seconds. Does Pitt. They'll go back to inbound.
Long outward pass. Guzman retrieves. Young knocks it into the Rutgers bench.
And that defense for Rutgers is still extended. It's very quick on the outside with Gilmore and Tamara Young on the outside, but they're just one step off the pace, meaning they're able to tip the ball but not quite get a full and complete steal.
Susan Blosser comes out. Andrea Honeycutt into the game. Honeycutt wearing number 35 today instead of her usual 42.
I think they just did that to confuse us, but we know what we're doing.
Morris traveling.
And the basketball does not drop.
Rutgers ball down by 1. Scarlet Knights with an opportunity to take the lead. Young into Martin. Martin double teamed outside Samoji. 10 seconds left. Gilmore. Martin forces up a shot that does not go in. That's been a story for Rutgers. That was a pretty good shot. It went actually into the cylinder and came out.
Points just in and out the rim. They'd be in the lead by 5 or 6 points right now, but I see them looking offensively to get the ball inside. Coach Stringham mentioned 23-24% of their attack was coming from the guards in Samoji and Tamara Young, looking more to get the other players in the offense, in particular the big girls down low.
Stolen by Martin. It's a 3-on-2 for Rutgers. Samoji on the right wing. Gilmore, jump shot good.
Gilmore also working hard to free herself open in the lane on that pressure defense that turns it over into a fast break for Rutgers.
Now Rutgers trying to create some turnovers with their pressure defense, and they are doing so. A traveling violation on Pittsburgh. Lauren Hartman comes in. Kristen Samoji will come out.
As we watch once again that defense generating the offense, which is what you want to see. Full court pressure, a little shuffle of the feet, a steal, generating the offense. As Tamara Young brings it up and settles the troops.
Young to Honeycutt. Jump shot good by Gilmore.
And Gilmore starting to feel it. Couldn't get enough inside, stepping out on 2 back-to-back jump shots. And that just helps her defense when she knocks down a shot. She's such an emotional player.
Seneca, Howard, bounce in the lane, puts it up, draws the foul. She'll go to the line. Tia Howard averaging 13.7 points per game. 6'2" junior. Outstanding player.
Latia Howard shooting 2.
She'll shoot 2.
And Latia Howard has been a force at the University of Pittsburgh. This only her junior year. Already she's in the top 10 in scoring at the University of Pittsburgh.
65% free throw shooter. Her first is good.
She has great moves inside and around the basket. Doesn't work as well if she's hit or contacted, but great moves around the basket. If she can finish off the play, she'll score a lot more naturally, but unable to always finish off the play, but she's a force inside, constantly rebounding, putting the shot back up, rebounding again, averaging over 7 rebounds per game.
Blouser comes back in, and Kylie Martin sits down. Second free throw is good, and Rutgers has a 1-point lead. The Scarlet Knights are up 13-12.
And Rutgers just worked their way up the court on that full court pressure as Pitt just slowly collapsed in and closer to the basket.
Foul before the shot. No shot. Foul is on Pitt. Did you take a look at Kirk Bruce?
He's trying on the sideline. He keeps pretty much the same tempo.
A tough year for Pitt. 7-14. They've lost 6 straight. You know, they had a very good program going.
As we see Blouser on the inside, and we saw the hack on the outside by JoJo Guzman. Back to live action.
Young inside lays it up. No, ball loose. Gilmore gets it back. Feeds inside Honeycutt.
Oh, what a great look by Gilmore, dumping it inside the teammate Honeycutt. And right back on defense is Gilmore.
Pittsburgh brings it up quickly. Rutgers by 3, 15-12.
And Guzman, point guard for Pitt, does a good job of holding on to that tempo. Easy off of a full court pressure. We see a long two-pointer. Easy to fall into a too high a pace pressure for Pitt. They can't handle that pressure defense.
Seneca with a long shot. And Rutgers' lead is 1, 15-14. Honeycutt to Hartman, inside Blouser, double-teamed, corner Young. Launches a 3, good!
Oh, well, I didn't even think she had a good handle on the ball versus the pass, and she knocked down a long three-pointer to bring Rutgers back into the lead, solidly back into the lead.
RU by 4, it's 18-14. Scarlet Knights, here's Guzman in the corner. Balich. Inside Howard, lays it in, and the foul. Very nice give and go.
That's a big basket there for Howard as she goes to the basket to finish that off. Big basket for her because on that one she cracked into the 1,000-point scorer club for the University of Pittsburgh, having scored 1,001 points with that basket.
Moving very well without the ball. Pittsburgh executing on offense there. Howard at the line will try to complete a three-point play. You know, we mentioned it's been a tough year for Pittsburgh, and last year also they went 6-24, but 3 previous years before that, 3 straight winning seasons, including a 20-win season in 1994. So Coach Bruce had it going, and then the last 2 years, they have struggled.
Really, and it's just a matter of recruiting and coaching in mind of the injuries that do pop.
Games, things can turn around in a hurry. Rutgers could find themselves in a situation where they could get a pretty good seed in the tournament if they can continue to win.
And they may not get a chance to beat a University of Connecticut or a Notre Dame, but they'll still have a good position as we see Honeycutt drop down a baseline jump shot. They'll still have a good position for that Big East tournament, which comes up at the beginning of March.
20-17, Rutgers by 3, backcourt violation on Pittsburgh.
Good pressure by Lillard on the ball handler Guzman just to get her to step back on that midcourt line. That midcourt line acting as a 6th player on the team.
Rutgers will throw in side court, and Tamara Young brings it across. Honeycutt in the corner. Hartman back to Lillard. Tanya Lillard finds Young. Inside Martin, outside Young, jump shot, good. She's really finding the groove offensively, isn't she?
That was a nice give and go, and nice working off of the high post pick there was Tamara Young teaming up with Kylie Martin.
Seneca inside, stolen by Martin. Rutgers with its largest lead. Knights are up by 5, and here's Young, top of the key. Look away pass over to Martin. Back to Young.
And I'm impressed the way Rutgers keeps looking inside. Earlier contest, it was strictly an outside game. It rarely went inside to the big players. But now the big players are a factor. The big hook by Honeycutt inside and around the basket. And you want to get your big girls involved in the offense early, as we spoke about earlier in the top of our broadcast, because they'll help you with the rebounds, with the boxing out, with the block shots. No better way to get your team rolling than to get it inside to your big players.
24-17, Rutgers by 7. Seneca bounce pass to Thompson at the top of the key. Cross court, Guzman, turnover, couldn't get there. And Rutgers will throw it in. Yusha Gilmore reports in for RU, and Latanya Lillard will come out.
And as we see, Honeycutt inside, good position, holding her composure, and the big hook by Honeycutt. Often we see her pass that shot out. She's feeling her own, the freshman from Georgia, Fairborn, Georgia. Inside, getting familiar around at the basket. She's always been a good rebounder, but has lacked putting the ball right back up again. This is almost seemed like the second half season of Rutgers.
Ball is knocked away from RU, and here comes Pittsburgh. Quickly, Balich, left wing. Rutgers has a 7-point lead. Balich fires a three, doesn't go. Rebound underneath, and hammered is Seneca after the rebound. Lauren Hartman.
Hammered was a good word, too.
With a push.
He was trying to get in there with Lori Hartman.
Hartman second, and Rutgers' 7th team foul, so the Scarlet Knights are over the limit, and Pittsburgh will shoot 1-1. Kelly Seneca, 5'10" senior out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, at the line. Her first is good.
And Coach Kirk Bruce out of University of Pittsburgh really able to recruit a wide margin of the country in bringing his players in from Illinois, Ohio, the Pennsylvania area, outside of Pittsburgh as well. He does a good job in scouting all around, coming into New York even to pick up Guzman from Christ the King. So a sign of a perennial power, wanting to be a perennial power, is stepping outside of your area, picking up the best players you can gather.
Hartman, nice pass to Martin, but Kylie can't finish. Gilmore, the rebound, puts it in.
And Gilmore out of nowhere coming in as she moves in, and that just stimulates her defensive pressure. Gilmore and Young.
What's the call? It's against Pittsburgh. Guzman lost the ball out of bounds.
And Young cheering herself because she hustled over there to take away that defensive lane. They're forcing Guzman to dribble out of bounds. No contact, no call.
26-18, Rutgers by 8. 4.5 left. Honeycutt can't find the handle. Knocked away by the Panthers. Guzman goes cross-court. Balich inside. Morris puts up a tough shot. Then Honeycutt rips down the rebound. Up quickly, Young to Hartman, off of her hands. And last touch by Rutgers. Pittsburgh ball.
Control. Looking to push the offense. Hartman unable to control the pass, but good defense down low, forcing the turnover. And this good defense just stimulates and pushes the Rutgers offense, which is something Coach Stringer always wanted to get into, was a full court defensive pressure type situation and get that running game started. But you can't get a running game started if you don't have rebounds, and it all stems off your defense.
Guzman, bounce pass in the lane. Seneca has it blocked by Gilmore, and then Yusha rips it away. Quickly up court, coast to coast. She has it rejected. Hartman, jumper, no. Rebound Morris.
End to end, Gilmore almost making it. Hartman trying to drop it through, but Pitt back on the offensive attack.
Guzman into Farrah Woods. Farrah Woods on the basket, junior out of Pittsburgh. It's a 6-point Rutgers lead. Panthers hanging top, down by 6.
Panthers wanting to tighten up this contest.
Young foul, blocking foul on Pitt. And they'll call it on Farrah Woods.
Tough one, tough play down low. Could have gone either way between the offensive foul or the block. We have two of the finest officials in the country with us this evening. Dee Cantor as well as June Coutreau. Happy to have them on National Girls and Women's Sports Day. And we were able to snag two of the top officials in the country. Most, if you can believe it or not, the supervisor of officials for the new Women's Professional Basketball League sponsored by the NBA. So she'll dub as an official as well as the supervisor of officials during the summer, wearing 2 house hats. So she's probably out here scouting officials. Yes, officials get scouted too.
There you go.
As she has to bring a good crew and to officiate the top women in the world.
Tamara Young hits both, and there's a timeout. 3:16 remaining first half. Rutgers 28 and Pittsburgh 20.
Starting to play better basketball, looking for better position. Believe it, a month out from the Big East tournament, everyone's looking for better position. If you're in that number 8 spot in the Big East tournament, you're almost in essence going to have to go up eventually against the University of Connecticut or Notre Dame early. So you want to try to get in 6 or 5 or 4 or 3, preferably in that order. So you don't have to go and get knocked out of the competition early.
28-20. Rutgers by 8. Pittsburgh basketball. Guzman in trouble. Triple teamed and fouled by Rutgers.
Boy, oh boy, what great pressure on the outside. I say great pressure because the defense for Rutgers moving their feet to cut off those sidelines and forcing Guzman on the reverse dribbles to bring it back into the middle. Guzman hoping to run up the sideline. Good feet, if you can believe that, good feet by the pressured defense of Rutgers.
JoJo Guzman will go to the line. 5'5" junior at Queens, New York. She has not been to the line a whole lot this year.
As she misses the front of the basket on that shot. Not known for her foul shooting is the backcourt in general for Pitt, which is bad because the backcourt naturally handles the basketball more. Those are the ones that will be fouled more often. You really need a strong backcourt shooting over 75% from the free throw line.
That was Guzman's only her 22nd free throw this season. Ball knocked out. Pittsburgh ball, last touch by Rutgers. 2:44 left in his first half. Kirk Bruce working the official.
Constantly. He keeps the same frame of mind. He doesn't get too excited or vocal, but he stays on the nearest official. Whoever's within earshot, he'll have something for them.
Gilmore the steal. Yusha Gilmore spinning, twisting, turning, puts it up. No.
Unable to finish with Gilmore, but still the fact that she's able to steal the ball off of the pressure defense is what we're looking for.
Balich puts it up, no. Rebound underneath the foul. Rebound by Morris, and she was hit, so she'll go to the line.
It looks like Young was trying to climb up the arm of Morris. Morris, the freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio, stands 6'7". So I can imagine, I don't know what Tamara Young was thinking. I guess her offense is getting to her, as she only barely got up the arm of the 6'7" Morris, as she'll go to the line to try her attempts, her 2 free throws. Let's see how Morris does. Often the big girls cannot shoot free throws, as I think I talked that one right out of the basket.
Morris unable to hit that one. She is 6 of 14 from the line coming in. She struggled. That's 43%.
Let's see if she bends her legs, those long 6'7" legs.
Second is good. So she hits 1 of 2. Pitt is drawn to within 7. It's 28-21. Kylie Martin comes out, and Jen Clemente back in for Rutgers. Samoji dribbles in. Short jumper, no, off the back rim. And the foul is on Rutgers underneath. Kristen Samoji struggling a little bit offensively this game. She has come off 2 pretty good offensive performances in her last 2, averaging 10.5 points per game.
A bit hesitant on that jump shot, though. She had it, was looking inside, and then finally took it. But she's still a #1 pick as far as putting up that long-range jump shot, is Kristen Samoji.
Latia Howard at the line, shooting 1 and 1. And her first is good. She gets the roll. And Pitt is within 6.
And Latia Howard received a nice round of applause from the fans here at the RAC Athletic Center, as she was acknowledged for joining the 1,000-point club for University of Pittsburgh.
Second is on the way. Good. Pittsburgh down by 5. Rutgers has not been able to deliver that knockout punch. Panthers are hanging tough.
They're just very close, unable to extend or broaden that lead.
Gilmore gets it across, and Samoji will set it up with 1:50 remaining first half. Clemente, top of the key. Cross court, Samoji open for 3. No, off the back rim Honeycutt loses, and Pittsburgh gets it back.
Honeycutt in there for their rebound. Interesting statistic we haven't made note of yet for the University of Pittsburgh. They are 0-7 when they are trailing at halftime. So if we look at the score, Rutgers ahead 28-23. I don't know if Coach Bruce has this in the back of his mind. The team on the same fashion is 13-0 when they lead at halftime. So I don't know if Coach Bruce has this in the back of his mind to tighten this up and either tie or go ahead. They're much more successful when they're in the lead or just tied.
7 on the shot clock. Guzman on the move. That's a tough shot. A jump shot from the left side as she was moving. And don't look now. Pittsburgh's within 3. There's Samoji. Has it blocked, and the Panthers can cut into the lead. Guzman quickly up court. That bounce pass is whipped away by Young. Tamara Young ahead of the field, lays it up and in.
And Tamara Young outrunning the 6'1" Alicia Balix, and just sprinted ahead to take that basket. Great move by Young. Burst of energy.
Rutgers has extended its lead to 5, 30-25. 30 seconds left first half. Balich outside. There's Guzman. Inside, knocked away by Honeycutt. Samoji gets it across. Up ahead, Clemente. Back to Gilmore. Jumper, no. Rebound ripped down by Morris. And Pittsburgh will bring it up with 8 seconds left. Panthers get it across. 5 seconds. Howard puts it up in. And that will do it. First half has come to an end. Your score at the half. Rutgers 30 and Pitt 27. And back with halftime activity in just a few moments. Was turnovers. Rutgers was hoping to force Pittsburgh to turn the ball over 20 times today. They thought if they did that, they'd have a real good chance to win. And Pittsburgh already has 15 turnovers after the first half.
Well, Pittsburgh gets susceptible on the outside with their ball handlers. They don't handle the press well, and it's showing with 15 turnovers in just the first half. Hopefully we don't see a 30 turnover type of game, but Coach Bruce has mentioned it has happened on occasion. They had 40 turnovers versus St. John's, so it can happen. Hopefully we don't see the ugly remnants of pressure defense like that.
Panthers basketball. Balich. Long jumper, no good. Shot clock violation on Pittsburgh, so Rutgers will throw it in. Rutgers will move right to left on your screen.
As Guzman just heaved it up there. Guzman getting good playing time, more of a controlled ball handler versus the freshman Katkowski.
Tamara Young angles to the right side. Shot put up. Martin, the rebound, scores. Kylie Martin with the basket.
Good position by Martin for that putback.
5-point Rutgers lead, 32-27. Guzman dribbles in outside. Seneca, jumper no. Rebound, Tamara Young. Quickly up court, Lillard on the right wing. Here's Blouser, foul line extended, looks for help, bounces it right back outside. Gilmore, Martin circling around. 10 on the shot clock into Blouser. She loses, good job hustling to get it out to Martin and Gilmore. But Susan Blouser made the play.
Yes, she did. Unable to quite handle the pass. They were looking for her inside again. Gets it to Gilmore. Gilmore loves to shoot the rock.
Rutgers 34 and Pitt 27. Thompson loses. Foul on Rutgers.
As we look down low, Gilmore, we're just seeing the end of it. Gilmore just rising up for that jump shot. Big toe on the line, unable to take it to 3 to get 2 points. But all of that stemmed from Susan Blouser down low, getting the pass and looking for the opening. Kicks it out to the corner, works his way back around to Gilmore, who drops it in. Now we're watching Latia Howard at the foul line. She's on the line for 2 shots. Tamara Young trying to make the steal down low. We find Tamara Young all over the court, even though she's a 1 or a number 2 guard. Orkney will find her under the basket for a rebound, a quick steal as she tried versus Howard.
Howard hits the first free throw. Latia Howard reached the 1,000-point mark in her outstanding career at the University of Pittsburgh earlier today.
And she's only a junior, so she has a chance to put herself even in a better position as one of the all-time leading scorers at the University of Pittsburgh.
Second is good.
And now we see the full court pressure of Pittsburgh as well, as they're looking to slow down the attack, get some quick steals on the outside. But as we look at the defense, they just collapse it. No pressure on the ball, it's just collapsing. Allows Tamara Young to walk the ball up court. No pressure on that pressure.
34-29. Into Blouser, pushes it outside. Lillard, jump shot, no. Rebound, Martin. Let's see what the call is. No shot. Foul looks to be on Pitt.
I don't know if our viewers can pick it up, but trying to get that offense down inside to the big girls. The perimeter players are now open for freer shots. They have 6 feet between them and the defender. So so it's starting to work as far as getting the offense down low to the big players.
Blouser, turnaround jumper, no. And the rebound to Latia Howard. Gives it to Guzman. Young comes up. Young and Gilmore trying to shut off Guzman, and she does turn the ball over. Ball is loose. She'll have a jump ball. It'll be Rutgers' possession.
Still a lot of good pressure out there. Guzman trying to get past the long arms of Gilmore, unable to do so. As the possession hour in favor of Rutgers, they'll pick it up and inbound the ball. That's the pressure defense of Rutgers.
34-29, 17-20 left.
And Gilmore looking more comfortable in that point guard position. And we've seen her in some contests at that point guard position, and she had 5 or 6 turnovers before the break, but now looking more confident as a ball handler.
Martin, the rebound, puts it up, no. Blouser, no. Gilmore, no. Ball still loose. Pitt, rebound.
Oh, I think everyone had a hand on that shot.
Panthers ahead of the field is Thompson, and she is fouled. Tamara Young getting back quickly on defense, but Thompson picks up the foul, and she'll go to the line.
You give anybody a 5-step lead, and Tamara Young will still catch her. Tamara Young trying to hustle down there. I think she knocked our camera out of whack. The camera is recovering. Okay, we'll go back to Coach Bruce as he shoves the player in there, but Tamara Young able to race end to end, trying to get that ball, trying to get the receivers.
Alicia Balich giving instruction. Melissa Thompson, yes, I'm sorry, at the line. 10.5 points per game. 6'2" senior. And the second is on the way, good. She hits both, and Pitt is within 4. Here's Gilmore, brings it up for Rutgers. Top of the key, Yusha Gilmore. Lost it. Steal by Guzman. She puts it up and does not get the basket, does draw the foul.
Almost got the basket as Gilmore unable to get her, tried to hold back, but still gave her the hip, and the hip was enough to carry out a play. Guzman will go to the line for 2 shots.
Now Gilmore saying, if I knew I was going to get called for the foul, I would have went for the block.
There you go. At least get your money's worth, I say, on the foul, not a little hip foul. As we see the steal, Guzman with the quick hands, and she traces it down, and she goes up in the hip. You might as well hit her good and just take it out the play, but Guzman, a strong player, she'll go to the line for 2 shots. But Gilmore still beside herself. She's having a seat on the sideline.
First free throw is no good. She'll get another, try to draw Pittsburgh to within 3.
And Pittsburgh is in a fine position right now. Since they're not being blown out of the contest, they have good confidence. And anytime you have somebody this close to you who's looking in dire straits for a win, you don't want to let them get this close, because their confidence builds up and they start to believe in themselves.
Guzman missed both free throws, but Pitt got the rebound, but Seneca traveled. So Rutgers ball. Yusha Gilmore, by the way, that was her second personal foul. Rutgers has 3 team fouls here in the second half. Samoji, top of the key. Goes to Lillard, dribbles to the foul line, short jumper, no. Guzman gets the long rebound. And the pass up ahead to Martin, who intercepts behind her back, and then Pittsburgh gets the rebound, puts it in.
Oh, boy, it looked like a globetrotter move if Martin could have pulled it off.
Kylie Martin looked like she had crazy glue or that stickum on her hands. The ball just stuck to her hand behind her back.
And now the crowd is playing the sixth person on the court as the crowd gets into it and trying to stir on these Scarlet Knights.
Meanwhile, things are getting a little serious for Rutgers. Pittsburgh is within 2. It's 34-32. Here's Samoji, dribbles in. Tough pass to Martin. Too difficult to handle. And here comes Guzman. Pittsburgh with an opportunity to tie. Seneca, left wing. Bounce past Thompson. Being played tough by Martin. Seneca travel.
And that's the second traveling violation on Seneca as she is unable to hold that pivot foot. Those turnovers are killing University of Pittsburgh.
Break in the action. 15:23 remaining second half. Rutgers. During the break, Gail, we talked about the fact they've been able to get baskets from their full court press, but they've struggled in their half-court offense.
Right. If you watch their half-court set, they're trying to get the ball down low, and if it's kicked out to the perimeter shooters, we haven't seen enough of them knocking the shots down. So half-court offense is susceptible right now, and suspect. We'll see if they can execute better.
Here's Blauser. Gilmore open. Jumper, no. Rebound, Seneca. Pittsburgh basketball, and the Panthers again with an opportunity to tie.
There we see one shot in and out as we see Katkowski back in to run the show, giving Guzman a rest.
Thompson, the long jumper from the top of the key. Good. And then, quite sure what happened after that.
I think we just see the official telling the Pitt players just to leave the ball alone, don't touch it when it comes to the hoop, something to that effect. I did not see a warning to the Pitt bench, so just to tell them don't touch the ball when it comes to the hoop.
Meanwhile, we are tied at 34. Look at statistics so far in this game. Field goal percentage, Pitt shooting 50% for the field, but Rutgers at 32%, 14 of 44. Tamara Young, nice soft shot.
Once again, we saw a breakdown in the half-court offense. Tamara Young taking it upon herself to dribble, penetrate to the heart of the Pitt defense, and put up a shot.
Seneca. Katkowski feeds to Howard on the baseline. Tough shot, traveling the ball.
And the good defense. Blauser still in her praying to the gods. Move. Defense was good, Blauser. Traveling on Howard.
Kirk Bruce almost jumped as high as the scoreboard on that call.
And Kirk Bruce is a player, having played for the Eastern Regional Championship in the NCAAs way back in 1973.
That one is loose. Ball still loose. Hartman saves it. Martin gives to Gilmore. 10 on the shot clock. Hartman the jumper. Good. Lauren Hartman.
Change that time around. Simply for the fact that Gilmore did not rush the three-pointer, but still looked to get her teammates in the offense. Hartman knocking it down.
Hartman the steal. Lost it. Here comes Pitt the other way. Rutgers has a 4-point lead, 38-34. Inside, good looking pass.
Oh, nice move. Nice little touch pass on the outside there. Howard down to Thompson. Those two working better together.
Rutgers by 2, 38-36. 13 minutes left in the game. Gilmore drives baseline. Jumper, good. She's got that shot down now.
Yes, she likes taking it. It just lowered the offense. The freshman from Berkeley High School in South Carolina likes taking that shot. And the flow of the offense, it looks great.
Thompson almost loses. Rutgers harassing the Panthers with that full court pressure defense. That pass off of the backboard.
And there we saw that pressure defense pushing the tempo. And University of Pitt unable to handle that tempo, forcing the turnover. There we have the 6'2 Thompson trying to force it inside. And return back to Rutgers.
Rutgers by 4, 40-36. Gilmore can't hit. And the Panthers rip down the rebound. Alicia Balich brings it across. Kelly Seneca looking for help. Now the foul is on Rutgers. Looks like Lauren Hartman. called for the foul.
Rutgers
And the extended defense of Rutgers, really no outlets for Pittsburgh to pass to, if that's only an indication of the fact that the picks were being covered, players were not free. Wholesale substitutions by both coaches as they're beginning to juggle and jockey for positions. Only a 4-point lead for Rutgers, and when Pitt is this close, you know, they haven't won many ball games, and they're this close, they're on the road, they sense, they can smell someone that they can beat, and really Coach Bruce pulling out all the stoppers, and the players will start to get right behind him. So this is what you want to take a team out of the mix.
Blauser, Pittsburgh throws it away after Howard had retrieved the loose ball. Her pass went sailing towards the Pitt bench.
Haven't heard much from Howard offensively. That time crushed in the inside. Good defense by Blauser. And the turnover leading back to Rutgers basketball.
Rutgers 40 and Pitt 36 with 12 minutes left in the game. Tamara Young goes to Andrea Honeycutt. Honeycutt, Blauser. Lillard over to Honeycutt, top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lillard, bounce pass, Young, bounces it back out to Clemente. Turnaround, no good. Rebound, back tap to the Panthers. Quickly up court, Guzman, who's ahead of the field, lays it up and in.
Good heads-up play as Guzman able to tail off, almost cherry pick. Finishing off with a strong move to the basket. Lillard, important not to foul. Good move by Lillard not to touch her. Still a close contest. Pitt is still in the game. You don't want them this close.
40-38. Clemente, Honeycutt. Here's Blauser, nice move. Back out to Honeycutt from the foul line. Jumper doesn't go. Rebound, back tap, and again the Panthers can tie the game up. Up ahead to Guzman on the right wing. And Joanne Guzman to Katkowski for three, no. Rebound, Howard puts it up, no. Ball back tapped, and Pittsburgh gets a fresh 30.
And Howard misses so many shots down low, unable to finish is her only, if any negative toward her game, unable to finish off of the strong rebound.
Seneca to Howard, and then Guzman looks to set it up, goes to Katkowski, who dribbles in. Howard, Young steals. Tamara Young ahead of the field, lays it up and misses. And the foul on Young.
And Tamara Young was a little unhappy with that one after the hot dog shoulder ball moved to the basket, unable to convert on the left-handed layup. She'll think about that one. I'm glad Coach Stringer didn't even rise. She's seen about everything and still more to see. And Tamara Young more unhappy and angry at herself for blowing that layup and then compounding it with a foul.
All right, a time.
A lot of young girls here at the game. We had several Girl Scout troops from the Middlesex and Somerset County areas presenting the colors and just in the crowd. So Rutgers doing their part just to promote girls and women's sports.
Pretty good crowd here today at the rack, and they're very vocal. Tomorrow, this is a big weekend for Rutgers. Tomorrow, this place will be rocking. Miami's in here to play the Rutgers men.
And Miami doing a great job. Big turnaround for that school in the Big East.
And that game on national television on ESPN.
Really, the Rutgers men doing just as well coming into a very difficult conference, the Big East. And they're no slouch. They're really in there big and strong. If we see the 6'7" freshman Nakia Moritz with the putback, and like I say, Pittsburgh has their confidence and they believe they can win and win on the road. So a dangerous position for Rutgers right now.
Nakia Morris with the basket, and now she will go to the line, try to complete a three-point play and give Pitt the lead.
That's something you haven't said for a long time.
Pittsburgh led very early in the contest. They're up 4-0 at one point. Now they have a 41-40 lead with 10 minutes left in the game.
And now we see Samoji back in as point guard trying to generate offense. You see how Rutgers does with their half-court offense. We've seen the last three possessions in and out. One shot to the basket and back out again.
Blauser turnaround, no. Pittsburgh another rebound.
One shot in and out.
Courtney Webb in the game now, got the rebound. They go outside to Guzman. Seneca goes into Morris. Ball knocked away. Gilmore. Lillard picks it up. Trapped on the sideline, but gets out of there nicely. Samoji looks to set it up. Honeycutt, baseline jumper doesn't go. Rutgers has gone cold now.
And Gilmore able to force the jump ball. It'll go to Pitt on the possession. But still, we saw it once more. One shot to the basket and out. That time, Honeycutt, the forward, 6'2" forward on the outside, taking a jump shot. No weak side rebounder. Easy to see. Shot taken on the left side of the basket. Most notably, the rebound's going to come off on the right side. No position on that side. One shot in and out. Let's see if Rutgers can change their ways.
Pittsburgh basketball up by 1. Guzman thinks about the 3, then is double teamed off a pick. Katkowski puts it up, knocked out, Pitt ball.
About 3 Rutgers players in there, unable to control. No box out. We just see 6 players jumping in the air. No box out by Rutgers, and that one going off the hands of Blouser, as now she has to team up with the 6'7", Nakia Moore.
Bounce pass goes in, and traveling is the call.
And that call by the outside official, Kirk Bruce, not happy with that call as he's watching his club close, but not quite. Good seesaw battle here between Rutgers and Pitt.
Rutgers with a chance to recapture the lead. A very important game for Rutgers. This is a game, we've been saying this all season long, but really today, this is a game they must win.
And this is a game that they can win. That's why it's a must win for you.
Samoji hits the 3.
Samoji hears me talking. This is a game Rutgers can win, which is why they must win it. We didn't expect everything in the world when they went up against the University of Connecticut, #1 in the country. But when you get a team with a matching record, a team with injuries, a team trying to find itself, this is a must game.
Almost a Pittsburgh turnover, and now it is a Pittsburgh turnover. Gilmore gets it up to Honeycutt. Rutgers by 2, 43-41.
Gilmore is so fast, she will run past the basketball that she's dribbling.
Samoji, another 3.
That'll loosen up the defense. That'll loosen them up, and Gilmore leads the cheer.
Kristen Samoji, of course, the big 3-point threat for Rutgers, and now she's hit 2 in a row. A 20-second timeout taken by Kirk Bruce.
For nothing but net, Kristen Samoji on the outside, and that does wonders for your defense. Now that should extend the Pittsburgh defense, and maybe that inside game will work.
Ball is knocked loose. Guzman feeds Howard in the paint, puts it up and in.
Nice move by Howard to work her way in there. Honeycutt going to have a big foot on that end line, not giving up the baseline, but back to Rutgers offense.
46-43, Rutgers by 3 with 7.5 left. Samoji to Gilmore at the top of the key. Blouser finds Honeycutt underneath. Now shovels outside to Gilmore. Jump shot is good. Nice sweet shot by Nisha Gilmore.
And that was all stemming from those 2 big 3-pointers by Samoji, loosening up the inside interior defense of Pittsburgh, forcing them to guard her.
48-43, Rutgers by 5. Quickly up court come the Panthers. That bounce pass down at the ankles.
At the ankles of a 6'7" player. Lead her up to the basket.
Samoji looking for help. Blouser, hook shot, no. But she does draw the foul. That was a tough hook shot going up against Morris, who's 6'7", and Howard, who's 6'2".
No fear there. Blouser just wound up for a hooker, but she didn't think that she'd be met that high by the 6'7" Morris.
Susan Blouser will go to the line, a 71% free throw shooter. And coming into the game, Alicia Balich for Pittsburgh. Michelle Katkowski sits down.
Well, strong interior defense by Pitt has been unable to get the basketball into the big girls for Rutgers, as Blouser completes the first of her 2 shots. But those 2 big jumpers on the outside by Samoji should loosen it up and force them to extend their defense, thus leaving some shots open for Rutgers.
Blouser hits 1 of 2. It's a 6-point Rutgers lead, 49-43.
And Samoji and Guzman, a good matchup, almost identical in size and quickness.
Inside, Howard. Nice maneuver, puts it up though, way off with the shot, gets her own rebound. Good hustle by Howard, and the Panthers will set it back up. Lots of time. 6:15 remaining, and now a shot clock violation.
Did not realize it didn't touch iron. Did not touch iron on the shot.
Pittsburgh did not realize it as well. Everyone was kind of lulled to sleep there. Now there's a timeout on the floor. 6 minutes, 11 seconds left in the game. Rutgers 49 at Pittsburgh 43. Replay or retransmission without the consent of Rutgers and TKR Sports is prohibited.
As we see the full court pressure of Pittsburgh really null and void as we had the long half-court pass. Samoji right into the half-court attack.
Rutgers ball, Blouser puts it up and in, gets the roll.
Nice move, opening up that inside game.
Rutgers has picked up its shooting a little bit. Nice block by Blouser underneath. Shot put up again. Pittsburgh 3 rebounds, put up, no, 4 rebounds. Back outside, and the Panthers will set it up.
And Blouser hanging tough on the block, and the knockdown pops right back up. I like the strength of Blouser inside.
Traveling the call, another Pittsburgh turnover. Pitt trails by 8, 51-43.
Every time Pittsburgh gets a little close, a little bit of strength inside, just one of those turnovers.
Well, Pittsburgh has not shot that poorly, 50% from the field, compared to Rutgers, who has shot just 35% from the field. The big factor, Rutgers has only 9 turnovers, and Pitt has 27.
Has 27 opportunities at the basket, which you never even get a shot at. As we see the substitution of Thompson coming in for the injured Howard. Looks like she took a shot in the mouth on that last exchange, but 27 turnovers in a Division I game. You can't expect to win the ball game, and you really shouldn't expect to be this close, 51-43, but Pitt is in the game. The Lady Panthers hanging tough.
Blouser back out to Lillard. Lillard drives in the paint, puts up a soft running hook that doesn't go, and the Panthers quickly up court. Guzman looks to run. The bounce pass to Seneca. Back to Guzman. Beautiful give and go by Pittsburgh.
Great play on that 2-on-1 break, finishing it off, getting a great shot at the basket.
51-45, 4:45 left in the game. Yusha Gilmore at the top of the key. Goes to Samoji. Rutgers with a 6-point lead. Gilmore goes inside and turns the ball over. So a Rutgers turnover. Pittsburgh gets it back.
You know, that's something that the freshman Lilland has got to see. Here she had the defender in front, which clearly tipped it. Just snatch your hand out the way. Let it go out of bounds, and we'll reset.
Morris almost traveled. Seneca bounce pass. Thompson now back to Morris. Puts it up and in. Good ball movement by Pitt.
6-7 Morris versus 5-3 Samoji. Guess who I put my money on?
Panthers are down by just 4. They again are just hanging in there. Coach Stringer wants to talk it over with 4:06 left and a timeout on the floor. Over the last several games, and Providence had 30 turnovers the other night, which is a big part of the Rutgers victory.
Right, those turnovers just leading to offensive opportunities, getting you an extra look at the basket, which you ordinarily would not have had.
4 minutes left. Here's Tamara Young, dribbles in, short jumper's good.
And Tamara Young, noticing just the few seconds left on the shot clock, took it upon herself to stimulate the offensive attack.
Rutgers by 6, 53-47. Inside Seneca, double teamed, back outside. Now the ball is loose. It's still loose. Samoji trying to pick it up. And now you'll have a jump ball. It'll be Rutgers ball on the alternating possession.
And Samoji in the mix, unable to gain control. Gilmore in there as well, unable to gain control. The arrow pointing in the favor of Rutgers, so they'll come up with the basketball. Coach Bruce still a bit exasperated, but it was right in front of him that time, so you really can't complain.
Young, oh, what a drive.
Wow, Tamara Young, a big sweeping right-hander to stimulate the crowd. She hops back on defense.
55-47, an 8-point Rutgers lead. 3 minutes left. Guzman fires a three. Good.
That's a three-pointer for Julian Guzman. Guzman for three.
And now Kirk Bruce calls a timeout. This team will not die. They are down by 5 with 2:56 left, and we will keep
crowd on a win.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder for all the groups that are here.
Rutgers by 5, 55-50.
Signing autographs in the main lobby a couple of minutes after the game ends.
2:56 left. Rutgers will get the basketball. Tamara Young will trigger. Pittsburgh has 2 full timeouts left.
And the timer's ready. We can begin.
Samoji to Gilmore. Misha Gilmore across the midcourt line. Left-hand dribble now angles out between the circles. Just to set it up and goes to Tamara Young on the right wing. Kylie Martin to Samoji. Gilmore inside Blouser. They had it set up. Blouser was cutting in towards the basket. Had she been able to corral it, she would have had a great shot at 2. But the turnover gives it back to Pitt.
That's the play they wanted, and right after the turnover, Coach Stringer just said to Gilmore, that's the play. They'll get it next time.
Kylie Martin with an outstanding defensive play. Overplaying, taps it away.
Martin just adding to her steals list. Unbelievable. Just that inside defense of hers is really outstanding this afternoon.
Gilmore, Martin open, looked at the basket for 3. Samoji dribbles. Outside Gilmore. 5 on the shot clock. Young, and the foul on Pitt.
And Young with the dancing move on the outside. Had Guzman going right. Young goes left and slide in the middle. She didn't take a shot to the basket, so it will be a Rutgers possession out of bounds. But less than 2 minutes now, and it's gotten into a chess match. As Rutgers is very deliberate on their passes and on their execution. Very deliberate these last 2 minutes.
Martin, the jumper, good. Kylie Martin. And Rutgers has a 7-point lead with 1.5 minutes left, and unless Pittsburgh can put together a tremendous spurt, Rutgers should win this game.
Well, you know, we've been watching this Rutgers team, and if they're going to lose one, we've seen them lose it and just fall by the wayside, but it looks like they're going to hang tough. A little friction inside there.
Yep.
6'7" Morris getting upset with Blouser. There's just water on the back of Blouser. She doesn't even notice the freshman getting upset.
She just walks away.
She just walks away. That's what you do. Freshmen get like that, but don't take it offensively. This is Division I basketball, Moore. This is the way we play, Morris. This is the way we play. Little friction down low. 6'7" versus 6'2". Blouser in there, and Morris doesn't like being held, and she pulls away, but this is the way you play big-time basketball. And that was an easy push. We've seen much bigger push.
Nakia Morris misses, and Samoji quickly up. Inside Blouser. Pass by Samoji, and Blouser running the floor.
Great move, great look. Samoji to Blouser. The crowd is into it as well as Gilmore. And the defense continues.
That probably was the bucket that cemented this one. 59-50, Rutgers in great shape. 1 minute left in the game. Shot put up, no. Rebound Young. She's got springs in her legs.
Yes, she does, and loves the contact.
Little hop, and then across the midcourt line. Here's Samoji. Blouser controls Gilmore. Fires short. The foul on Martin, that was...
And one thing, Coach Stringer is up, but she's back down. Didn't want Martin to foul and stop the clock. This will put a Pitt player on the line for a 1-and-1, possibly 2 points. Anything can happen, and Coach Stringer realizes that. somehow she stays calm on the bench. We get much more excited than Coach Stringer does.
Well, Martin tried to hold up on that play, and she barely touched Balich, but she got called. So Balich goes to the line, stops the clock with 34.5 seconds.
Shooting 1 and 1.
But Pittsburgh trails by 9 points. Free throw, good.
And we saw the substitution of Courtney Webb coming into the game, adding a little bit more quickness to Pittsburgh. They're still looking for a steal. It's not over for them yet. She canned both of the free throws. And a timeout. Coach Bruce will talk to his forces, probably come out with a full court pressure. For the full court pressure coming back and pressure on the ball. And if he can't really get the steal, we can look for a foul to probably one of the big players, maybe Clementi if she's in there, Blouser. Looking to foul one of the big players, put somebody on the line. As he has only 3 team fouls, does Pitt. They have several fouls to give, so you can see a quick hack, really just trying to get into the bonus situation. As we look at the Rutgers pep crew stirring the crowd.
Yeah, plus Coach Kirk Bruce is trying to coach for the future. Even if Pittsburgh should lose this game, their schedule is brutal over the next 7 games or so. They've got Georgetown at home on Wednesday night, West Virginia at home next week, on the road at Miami, on the road at Seton Hall, on the road at Connecticut, and then Boston College at home. There is not an easy game within that next 7-game stretch.
And as you say, coaching for the future, they've already played Virginia, University of Connecticut already, Penn State and Ohio State. Those 4 teams they opened up the season with and lost. So a lot of learning to do.
Foul on Pitt.
And there we saw the quick foul by Balich, and they're not over the limit, not even close to having 4 team fouls. You're permitted to have 7 team fouls before you're going into the 1-and-1 situation. So we saw the quick foul on Gilmore. We'll probably see 2 more to force them into that bonus situation and an opportunity to get a rebound or off of a missed free throw.
Yeah, the Panthers have only 4 team fouls, so they've got a couple more to give, and they'll foul quickly. They'd like to get into the bonus situation. Gilmore looking to get it in, and that one thrown away. Blouser somehow got control of that ball and was fouled. That was a great play by Blouser. It's the type of thing, you know, you don't notice when you look in the box score, but those kind of plays add up to victories.
Yes, they do. But you had to see Coach Stringer standing up with her hands on her hip, looking at Gilmore, who tossed that from beyond the midcourt. What were you thinking? I could almost read her lips, even though I'm 60 yards away.
Blouser lost it out of bounds with 27.2 seconds left. Should get it back. Rutgers will throw it.
This is all a learning experience at this point for Rutgers. This is something that Coach Stringer will remind her troops about. Remember when we had 34.5 seconds left in the contest and you tried to give them back the game, as we see a foul on the inside that time.
Against Rutgers. Rutgers is over the limit. Pittsburgh will shoot 1-and-1. That is the 5th personal foul on Tamara Young. She fouls out. Another marvelous game for her.
Good game for Tamara Young coming in off the bench. Some people are worried the fact that Tamara Young is not starting the games at Rutgers, but to me, I think it's much more important that she's always out here to finish the contest for Rutgers. And Coach Stringer realizes the value of this young sophomore from Red Bank Regional High School, and she keeps her in the game, and really she plays such an important part for Rutgers.
Katkowski misses. Howard is fouled, and Coach Stringer.
I couldn't do this, you know. People ask me why I don't coach. This is why I don't coach. I couldn't do this.
I gotta tell you though, Vivian has such a poker face. You can't tell if she's upset
or exhilarated.
She cannot be happy though with these fouls. I mean, they have a 7-point lead. She's got to be saying to herself, what are they doing?
Yeah, you don't want to give the ball back, but all we need here is just a simple rebound, push it up court, so we can get into a couple of half-court situations, and it'll be all over. Instead, we have Latia Howard, 1,000-point scorer for Pittsburgh on the line. missing the front end of that automatic 2 shots.
And of course, Pitt is their own worst enemy here. They've been to the foul line twice now with the clock stopped, and they can't score. They trail by 7. Howard. Second free throw is good. 6-point game. It's a 2-possession game, actually. 59-53. Samoji fouled. That's the 6th team foul for Pittsburgh.
Still not shooting.
Yeah.
Not shooting. Samoji was looking to walk to the opposite end of the court, but no, Bob Trammell reports the foul. Still resetting. Now both teams will be in the bonus situation. Clemente takes the ball out of bounds.
And now Coach Stringer calls for the timeout.
To play a small forward. Latia Howard and even Courtney Webb is in there as well. The sophomore forward, looking for quickness on the steals.
Kirk Bruce looks on. Almost a steal. Lillard gets it. Here's Samoji. Samoji wants the ball here, but they don't want to foul her. Here comes Lillard across the midcourt line. 14 seconds left. Gilmore is fouled. There was a perfect example. They had a chance to foul Samoji, but they didn't want to pull the trigger, and that allowed Rutgers to reel off another 7 seconds on the clock.
Took off valuable time, did Samoji, holding onto her dribble. Let the young players make note, holding onto her dribble, not stopping her dribble, not eating the basketball, kept it alive so she could get it. On the weak side, picking up Lillard. And we held our breath when Lillard had the ball crossing midcourt, but she was able to find Gilmore on the far side. Gilmore, in turn, being fouled.
Yusha Gilmore misses. Pittsburgh comes up. They'll have to look for a 3. Guzman fires a 3, short, goes out of bounds, and it'll be Rutgers' ball. They had the right idea, just not enough on the shot. 4.4 seconds, and Rutgers.
And I think this is the first time the Rutgers fans have been able to breathe a little and sense victory.
Samoji will dribble it out. That's it. Final score, Rutgers 59 and Pittsburgh 53. Rutgers is now won 2 in a row, and the Scarlet Knights improve to 7-13, 5-7 in the Big East. For Pittsburgh, a tough loss. They played well, hung tough, but they lose their 7th straight game and drop to 7-15. Well, all in all, not an artistic win, but it's a good win for Rutgers.
It's a good win versus a club that they had to beat because this club was injured. This club has a history of losing on the road, losing when they're not leading at the break. And this is a game they had to win. So it wasn't pretty at times, but at other times it was a beautiful matchup. I like the way they make that pressure defense work. And Coach Stringer just knows what she knew the last game. There's still much work to be done.
All right, that'll do it from the Lewis Brown Athletic Center. Again, the final Rutgers 59 and Pitt 53. Gail, always a pleasure